Michael Burgess, and I'm here to talk about the history of music. I will be discussing the 1960s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and talk about how it's changed over the years and into what we listen to today. The first era will be the 1960s, and the first event I discuss is the acceptance of rock and roll. In the 50s, many people thought rock and roll was the work of the devil. In the 1960s, the younger generations enjoyed to dance to artists such as Elvis Presley and the Rolling Stones. Elvis, at the time, was looked down upon by the older generation because of the way he danced and dressed. No one knew that one day he would be the king of rock and roll. The second event is the British invasion, and this is when the United Kingdom and other aspects of British culture made its way into the world of the music in the United States. Bands like the Beatles, the Kinks, and the Animals all were from the UK and were playing on the radio in the US. The third event is Motown and R&B. Motown and R&B also hit the scene in the 60s. Motown assembled the soul and pop classes that changed America. The different instruments and soulful voices paved the way for the R&B today. Woodstock and other festivals during this time had many big-name artists all together playing all different kinds of music. And other popular bands during this time were The Who, Jefferson Airplane, Frank Sinatra, Creedence Clearwater Revival, and the Beach Boys. In the 1970s, dance music and disco were very big. Disco was very short-lived, but made a huge impact in the 70s. The YMCA and Staying Alive were played in many clubs for people to dance the night away. Everyone wanted to look groovy and be able to dance for hours on colorful light floors. Funk and soul was created based on the Motown artists from the 60s. James Brown and Kool and the Gang were dominating the charts as funk and soul artists. The genre was known to have no boundaries with sound. The final genre I'll be talking about is punk and progressive rock. Punk rock involved heavy riffs and upbeat rhythms. The Ramones are known as the first punk band. With progressive rock, the songs were longer and the artists were more spontaneous and experimental on stage. Both progressive and punk rock have merged together over the years to form what we know as rock today. Other popular bands were Pink Floyd, Elton John, ABBA, Waylon Jennings, Led Zeppelin, and Jimi Hendrix. In the 1980s, MTV hits the scene and gives artists a chance to play their videos on TV. This helped spread all different genres throughout the United States. Everyone had the same opportunity to watch all different kinds of music, all at the touch of a button. Hair metal, or bands like Motley Crue and Poison, all had long hair and eyeshadow. It is also known as glam metal because of the flashy clothes and makeup. Hip-hop and rap during the 80s was the golden age of hip-hop. It was characterized by diversity, quality, innovation, and influence. The artists from this era paved the way for what we know as rap. New wave and pop stars, like megastars Madonna, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, got very famous over the 80s. The celeb gossip and an increase in pop culture helped the making for these artists some of the biggest names of all time. Other popular bands were Queen, Prince, David Bowie, and Kenny Rogers. In the 1990s, grunge rock hit the scene, such as Nirvana, and grunge rock is murky guitar bands that came from Seattle and was a subgenre of rock that no one had heard before. It had so much emotion and gained a lot of attention from the media. East Coast and West Coast rap was another huge event during the 90s. Two well-known rappers, Tupac and Biggie, were friends at the beginning, but fame in the rap game ruined that, and both ended up getting killed. The feud created a lot of publicity for rap, and many rappers had to pick a side. And the final genre is the rise of the contemporary country. Country had changed in the 90s from the original outlaw country to the more pop country. Artists like Alan Jackson and George Strait dominated the charts with many #1 hits. Popular bands and artists are Pearl Jam, Mariah Carey, The Smashing Pumpkins, and NWA. In conclusion, over the past few decades, music has changed and shaped what we hear on the radio today. Every decade has something special happen that would change music forever. We all have the artists that graced us with their talents to thank for what they offer the world. Music tends to change based on society and what audiences want to hear. However, because the population has become so diverse, music has followed us to suit. With a vast selection of genres, there is a music for everybody. It's more than just selling hit records. Music has a way to connect to everyone and can fit any emotion you're going through. I believe you can tell a lot about a person based on the music they like. Thank you.